We need to make some kind of statement soon, Teddy, plain and simple. People don't know what to think. The last time something like this happened, it was
my brother in a casket in 1963. I think I remember.
People need to know that we're grieving. So far, we've got Cronkite conjecturing our emotions in front of the entire nation.
Yeah, for now, that'll be enough.
And every political reporter is wondering what's next for the Kennedys.
Scrub.
Teddy, look. After Dallas, I couldn't bear to talk to anyone about what had happened because it was my fault. I decided that Jack visit Texas.
And it was never your fault.
The steps taken after Jack's death were decided by Bobby and your father. Right now, I don't have either to rely on. It's you and me, and we've got to figure this out right now.
You're still on about that campaign, G.
I've gotten 5 condolence calls from the big donors, including daily, asking for you to run in Bobby's place.
What's with you, Ken? In the last 24 hours since the Lady Whiter, half of the seas of copper, those two?
What's with me? I'm trying to hold this group together with a thread. If you think for a second that I'm going to forget about Bobby, then you clearly underestimate my loyalties, Ted. My obligation is to the campaign. And to the family. And it should be yours, too.
The family, huh? Have you talked to Ethel since yesterday?
I called her this morning. And I'm supposed to call her again as soon as you and I hash out what the campaign is going to do next.
Ken, I'm not running. I can't just run to my brother's place and tell him nothing ever happened. What can I possibly say that will convince anybody to vote for me, Ken? And the more I think about it, I don't see any way around endorsing Humphrey.
Teddy, you can't do that. We've gone over this. If you endorse Humphrey, all of the political capital that Bobby garnered over the past year that you've inherited will be gone. It'll ruin your name and your chance on the national stage.
Larry.
Teddy, I'm so sorry for your loss. Just want to stop by and make sure you're all right.
What are you doing here, Larry?
It's just unbelievable to imagine he's left us like this. I'll never forget the work we did together.
Thank you. Please, come in.
Hey, Kenny, good to see you as well.
Thanks, Larry.
I know it's a bad time, but I just knew a phone call just wasn't going to do it.
Can I make you a drink?
No, please, don't trouble yourself. I'll get it.
By the way, Ethel wanted to thank the beat for the call. It really helped her regain her footing after the doctors talked to her.
No problem, Kenny. Not at all. I want to talk to the two of you about something important.
Please, make yourself comfortable.
I know what a shock this whole ordeal has been, and I came here because I wanted to personally seek out your support for the Vice President.
Yeah, you know, I'm not so sure I can deal with this right now. Ben?
Go ahead and grab some air. We'll talk.
I really am sorry about what's happened, Kenny. I know how close you were to it.
Just try to look forward. The more I dwell on the past, the worse I feel.
You've got to remember some of the good things you and Bobby did. You helped Jack get elected to the Senate, win the White House, and stave away from nuclear annihilation.
Now it's all dust in the wind.
You can't look at it like that, Kenny. It'll ruin you.
You know what ruined me? That day in Dallas. Just another good day shot to hell. I got that same feeling when the VP called to congratulate Bobby on South Dakota and California. Something good headed downhill.
You could have never seen either of those coming. God set down a plan for them.
Some plan, I tell you. Freshman, what did you want to talk about?
For the sake of brevity, an endorsement. I want you and Teddy to endorse Humphrey.
Well, what?
I want you guys to endorse Humphrey so we can move this campaign along.
So my candidate gets shot and killed, and you think it's important to move this campaign along?
If we don't, Kenny, Nixon and his boys will.
Do you think I care what Richard Nixon is going to do right now?
Oh, you will, Kenny, you will. If you and the Kennedys don't make a move soon, you'll all be a bunch of political has-beens. An endorsement for Humphrey guarantees you'll be in the same place you were since Jack Kennedy was elected president, right at the center of attention.
You think this is about lofty positions and being in the spotlight? I didn't become Bobby Kennedy's friend because I knew he'd get me here. I was a friend first, not a user.
Characterize me all you want, Ken, but you know that I'm right.
You know what I remember? I remember you hanging the Kennedys out to dry when LBJ ran in 1964. Even after they brought you into the White House fold. You even pushed back on civil rights when everyone else was for it.
I did what I had to do. I've never had anything against the Kennedy family. They've always been behind.
Yeah, but there's a better way to describe it. Oh, I can't think of it right now. Wait a minute, it's coming to me. The word is loyalty, Larry. You didn't have it.
Kenny, that's not a fair assessment.
Then what is? Jack dies and Johnson pulls you aside and says that you have to join, that you have to cut ties with the family, that you can't help Bobby or Teddy?
You got it all wrong. He pulled me aside, then I realized how much of a machine Joe was running. It was like Tammany Hall moved to Hyannis Port. I knew I'd be better off from being away than being manipulated by a power-driven old man.
You better shut your goddamn mouth.
What, you think I'm wrong? You think Joe Kennedy is the patron saint of American philanthropy? I see him like everyone else does, Kenny. An appeasing, power-hungry robber baron.
I may not agree with everything Joe Kennedy has ever done, but I'm not going to let you sit here and slander his name because you don't know how to climb a ladder.
The Kennedy family is cursed. There will never be another Kennedy in the White House. They won't have the same influence tomorrow, and the people won't clamor to see them. You better look out now. If you get close enough, your career will be dead too.
Bastard. You think insulting people is going to make me any more inclined to help you and your slimy friend?
No, you'll help me and my slimy friend known as the Vice President of the United States because you need to help us.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that if you don't, went back Humphrey, Teddy won't get another term in the Senate.
You son of a bitch.
There are plenty of Democrats who will run and switch over to support another Democrat in 1970.
Wouldn't even dare.
I don't want to, Kenny. But perhaps if you let go of me, I might ease the terms of your surrender.
What do you want?
What I wanted when I walked in the door. Your enthusiastic support of Humphrey.
No guarantees on the enthusiastic, much less the support.
Oh, that's fine. I've already got a list of candidates in my office back in Washington. Few calls to their homes, and we cut into Ted's fundraisers.
Who's your top pick?
McCormick. He's got more friends than he did in 1962, and they've got more money, too.
Look, I can't make any decisions without talking to Teddy.
I understand that. Why don't we get him in here?
No. I want you out now. You'll know your decision soon enough.
Well, time is of the essence, Ken. I want to know by 10 tomorrow.
You'll know when we're ready, got that?
By the way, my number's right there.
So?
Basham wants an endorsement and he wants it now.
What'd you tell him?
I have to talk to you first.
We gotta take this shot. We're in a better place than an hour ago.
We can't just take this shot. The entire base that supported Bobby would trash you in an instant for backing Humphrey.
Yeah? And what'd he say if we didn't endorse him?
He said he'd back McCormack on your re-election campaign.
Then it's done. It's
Do
done.
you know how easily you beat him out in 1962? It was the easiest election we've ever had to run. McCormack has nothing to run on in 1970 and no major donors.
Ken. Can't afford to take that chance.
Teddy, in a couple of years you're going to be running for president. I see this endorsement as a noose that the base of the party would use. It'll kill the standing of the Kennedys in Washington and around the country.
No, Ken. I love you. But you're not a Kennedy. You've done a fantastic job advising Bobby and Jack on political decisions, but they made the final call, Ken. I'm endorsing Humphrey. If you want my advice, I suggest you do the same. It's too high a risk not to endorse.
Fine. making a call.
Wait, you got a divorce?
Don't have much of a choice now, do I? My death phone, give this to her.
She gave me this. We were in the hospital together.
Mr. Vice President? Yes. I wanted to let you know that you'll be receiving Ted and mine's endorsement and all of Bobby's delegates. Ted on the ticket. So you can't possibly imagine that he can take on that responsibility and care for the family. Wait, I'm not finished, sir. We've got some requests, too. We'll announce our endorsement soon, but not until the family's gotten through Bobby's funeral. And I'll be taking over your campaign. Now, if Larry's out, you don't get anything. Thank you, sir. Dear Kenny, thank you for your incredible work. I only wish that Bobby could see what you've done for us. I'll never forget the sacrifices you made for him and our family. Well, I know you're busy trying to get things straightened out. I want you to remember one of his favorite quotes. There are those who look at things the way they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask, why not? Keep dreaming, Kenny. I'll be keeping you in my prayers.